All right, guys, this question comes from an officer from Florida. And basically the idea is the Carroll Doctrine concerning passengers' property. Let me kind of read a little bit about the background from my email, give you some flavor of what's going on. All right. So officer in Florida had a traffic stop, right, for expired registration. Now made contact with the driver and the passenger, who are both not the registered owners of the vehicle. The driver provided an expired with his license, but learned later that it was suspended. The passenger provided a name, but no license, and is also making it clear that they cannot search, nobody can search her stuff, nor the car. Now, she has a warrant, but we learned later that the warrant is not extraditable about where they're at. So it's not going to be executable. All right. So hold on, all right. There also, the tag attached to the vehicle was not assigned to the tag on the license plate is not assigned to the vehicle. So there's all kinds of things going on. There's no canine available. Now the vehicle is being inventoried for towing. In plain view on the driver's side floor was a crack pipe. And in plain view, when the door is open, we also see a used needle in the storage compartment. A book bag that the driver was holding when first approached was searched. Drug paraphernalia were found and some cocaine. The driver was charged appropriately. Now, what we're going to be talking about here is what about the passenger, right? The passenger also has some property. And now the passenger admits that, hold on, the passenger, okay, the passenger's saying, hey, you know, the needle can't be the driver's because he snorts his cocaine, doesn't shoot a needle. But apparently she admits that she uses needles, right? But also that the needles might belong to the owner of the car. So the question is, could the passenger's purse be searched under the Carroll Doctrine, the motor vehicle exception, based on the totality of circumstances? All right. Hope you got a flavor of what's kind of going on. But all right, so here's the deal, okay? So generally speaking, the passenger's items fall under the Carroll Doctrine. So passengers don't fall under the Carroll Doctrine. Like, passengers are not searchable under the motor vehicle exception. Instead, you have to have probable cause as to them. Whether you have probable cause here, that's not the question the cop is asking, so I won't address it. But we do know from a case, I think it's called Wyoming versus Houghton. I maybe not be saying that correctly, but it's Wyoming versus Houghton, U.S. Supreme Court. And the U.S. Supreme Court stated that if police have probable cause for the car, that they can also search those areas where they reasonably believe more evidence could be found. Well, okay, that's the question for us here. Do we believe that more evidence of the drugs could be found in the passenger's purse? And I believe the answer is yes, but the way that you answer this question is another case. So we know that passenger stuff's belongings are fair game if you have probable cause. Well, that brings us to another case called U.S. versus Ross. And there, the U.S. Supreme Court says that you search a car in the same manner as if you had a warrant. My question for you then is this: do you think, based on these circumstances, that the cop, if he or she wanted to, could go get a warrant for the car and for the purse? If the answer is yes, then you search the car, you search the purse. If the cop is unsure, then you probably shouldn't search the purse because you don't have your probable cause. In other words, what would you articulate? Does that make sense? That's kind of what we're looking at here. You search the car in the same manner. That's Ross. I believe, I'm leaning towards yes. I believe that it is fair probability that more evidence of drug use could be found in the purse, that the driver could have put more drugs and so forth in that purse. And maybe even you have independent probable cause in of itself for the, for the purse as well. But the purse is in the car, drugs are already found in the car, needles, crack pipe, and she's, has a warrant. I don't think the warrant's for drugs, so that wouldn't help us. But if the warrant was for drugs, that would help us. The way she's acting and so forth, that's where I'm at on this. So generally speaking, the answer is yes. But you don't get just remember, the Carroll Doctrine applies to the passenger's purse, but it does not apply to them physically. Does not apply to their person. You would have to have independent probable cause as to them, or consent, or an arrest. Okay? Hope it helps. Okay, I hope it helps. All right, keep the questions coming. Before you leave, you got to do me a favor. Hit like, hit subscribe if you haven't already, share with your friends. Let's get them on here. Give me more incentive to keep these going, because they do take time, but I do enjoy doing them. And I think that you guys get something out of it too. All right, until next time, my friends, stay safe. Keep the great job that you're doing.
When it comes to law enforcement training, we are the gold standard. Visit bluetogold.com or call 888-579-7796 to learn more about our training, books, and free webinars. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this channel.